Okay, so if you've been on the internet at all lately, you've seen it. The carnivore diet. It's kind of everywhere. But between all the hype and the arguments, it's really tough to figure out where you'd even start. So today, we're going to cut through all that. We're breaking down Dr. Ken Berry's super practical step-by-step checklist for anyone who's even a little bit curious. Yeah, and this quote, it's talking about those jaw-dropping before and after pictures, right? The ones that seem almost too good to be true. It's those stories that have really pushed this diet into the spotlight. Okay, so let's get past the viral posts. What are the actual rules? How does this whole thing really work? Let's turn the hype into a clear, actionable plan. So here's the game plan. We've got 5 key sections. We're going to start with your motivation, your why. Then we'll dive into the rules of eating, what's actually on the menu, how to get some support, and finally, what happens after you've hit that 90-day mark. All right, first things first. According to Dr. Berry, your success with this starts way before you even think about what food to buy. It all begins with your mindset and your level of commitment. So Dr. Berry's big point here is that you need a really strong why. And we're not just talking about losing a few pounds for summer, right? He means digging deeper, thinking about tackling those chronic issues like nagging joint pain, skin problems, or even bigger things like type 2 diabetes. That stronger reason, that's what's going to get you through the tough spots. And that brings us to the magic number, 90. 90 days. That's the recommended commitment. You might be asking, why so long? Well, the thinking is it can take years, even decades, for health problems to show up. So your body needs some real time to heal and adjust. If you do it for anything less, you might just be quitting before the real magic happens. Okay, let's get real for a second. The first couple of weeks, they might be tough. I mean, you might feel pretty miserable. But Dr. Berry is really clear about this. That's not the diet failing you. That's your body adjusting. It's basically carbohydrate withdrawal, and all the bacteria in your gut are having to figure out a new normal. Pushing through that phase is absolutely crucial. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty, the practical side of things. How and when are you actually supposed to eat? You might be surprised by how simple the rules are. This is what he calls the hunger protocol. And honestly, it's about as simple as it gets. You can pretty much forget about counting calories or worrying about portion sizes. Your only guide is your own body. You wait until you're actually hungry, you eat good fatty meat until you're full, comfortably stuffed, not sick, and then you just stop until you're truly hungry again. And this next rule? It's a big one. No snacking. Period. Not even with carnivore foods. Your meals are meals. Whether you have 1, 2, or maybe 3 a day, that's it. No eating in between. Okay, so we've got the how and when down. Now for the big question. What can you actually eat? This is where the diet gets its name, and for these first 90 days, the rules are very, very specific. And the rule of thumb here is just so simple. If it's not from an animal, you don't eat it. That's it. Fatty red meat is king here, but you've also got poultry, fish, and eggs. You cook with things like butter, tallow, or ghee. And on the avoid list is, well, everything else. All plants, all grains, all sugars. Seed oils are a hard no, mostly because of how they're processed. And even most dairy, especially cheese, is out for the first 90 days, because for a lot of people, the proteins in there can be inflammatory. And what about drinks? Well, that list is just as simple. Water is your new best friend. Unsweetened tea and black coffee are totally fine. And a good, real bone broth is also on the list. The key here is nothing sweet. Making a change this big can feel a little daunting, especially when you're out with friends or family. So let's talk about how to actually navigate that and set yourself up to win. It's true, this way of eating is getting more popular, but let's be honest, it can still feel a bit lonely sometimes, which is why the advice is pretty clear. Find your people. Seriously, having some backup makes all the difference. Whether it's a friend doing the 90-day challenge with you or just finding an online community, it helps. You can navigate tricky social situations together and get some encouragement during that initial tough phase we talked about. Okay, fast forward. You did it. You completed the 90 days. You followed all the rules. So, what now? Is this your life forever? Let's look at the long game. So, when you hit that 90-day mark, it's time to pause and take stock. You look back at that why we talked about at the very beginning, those health issues you wanted to fix, and you see how you feel. How have things changed? And from there, you get to make a really informed decision about what's next. And from this point, you've really got two main options. Path number one, if you feel absolutely incredible and your health issues are gone, you can just keep going. Path number two is where it gets really interesting. You can use this whole experience as a powerful diagnostic tool. And that's where you see the real secret power of this whole thing. It's not just a diet, it's the ultimate elimination diet. Think about it. You've removed almost every common food that causes issues for people. You've created a totally clean slate. So now, when you reintroduce a food, one at a time, your body gives you loud, clear feedback on how it actually feels about it. Now, even if you decide to start testing other foods, Dr. Berry is super clear that some things should probably stay off the table for good. At the very top of that list are added sugars, grains, and those industrial vegetable and seed oils. The argument is they just don't offer any real nutrition and pretty much only contribute to inflammation and other problems. Stick to cooking with animal fats. So in the end, this isn't really just a checklist for a diet, is it? It's more like a guide for a 90-day personal experiment. And it leaves you with this really powerful question to think about. If you actually took a complete break from all the modern processed foods, what would your body have to say?